What's up, guys? This is Johnny. I'm so excited of this webinar. I'm going to show you guys how my team and I went from 0 to 7 figures in 12 short months after we apply this strategy. Today is gonna be packed of great information. Make sure you take notes. Make sure you apply. As you know, guys, the ones you follow me, I only promote things that have worked for me. Okay. uh, I believe it's good karma. I believe God rewards you uh, in awesome ways if you're honest. So let's start, guys. You really want to know how I went from 0 to 7 figures in 12 months? Yes or no? Just I want to hear yes or no. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. This is, guys, what I do. Hold on. This is what I did. This is what I do, guys. Exactly what I do online to get to 7 figure. Now I'm just kidding, guys. Just a little joke. But this is me, guys. This is me at my last job. I don't know if you guys relate to with this, but this was me at my last job, falling asleep, hating what I was doing. So I was always curious about how people were making a lot of money online, and I hated it, guys. I hated it because in the beginning it's so hard. Do you relate with this, guys? Do you think it's so hard in the beginning to understand how to make money online? Because there's just so many strategies, so many people telling you different things, so many people telling you buy this, buy that. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? It's so hard, guys, so hard. Everybody wanting to make a sale, people promoting things that they don't actually do, and that's the reality in the internet, unfortunately. Um, but now, if you guys have been following me, now this is me. I'm printing money every single day. I'm printing money. It's like Obama, He's printing money in the government. I'm printing money every single day. Okay? Every single day, because I found not a loophole, but I found really what makes you the big money. I know having a plan and strategy makes you money, but there's a little more than that. There's a little more than that. And today I'm going to tell you how you can do the same thing. Okay? Is that cool? Yes or no? I just need a commitment. Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good, good. I like that. I like that. People committed for success. Okay? We're packed. Right now, go to work is telling me that there are so many people trying to enter, but they came late. You guys took action, so you deserve to make the big bucks, guys. Okay? But first, let's go and talk about what I learned. Okay, so this is a little bit of what I learned. I do CPA. Okay, so I master my earnings per click. Okay, so for example, this is what I do. I get a product, let's just say $500, right? So let's say that they want to pay me a commission for each sale, $50. Okay, and I sold 25 and I send 1,000 clicks. This is what I master, this formula, guys. So write it down. It's just simple formula. Okay, this is how you get your EPC that we always talk about, right? So write it down, take notes, because this is what I learned and this is what made me a lot of money. But there's a little more than that. Okay, there's a little more than that, but write it down. And what I learned is this. I learned that networking is like here say Jim Brown says, you're the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. Do you agree with that or not? Do you agree that if you know people who are successful, there is a big chance that you can become successful too? Yes or no? Just tell me that if you agree or not. Okay, and I'm gonna show you who I met. Okay, and I met This is one of my mentors, J.J. Allen, okay? Rico Davis, okay? This is Tuan V, okay? This is the Corn Mirza event, you know, Greg Davis, Don Wilson, all the big players. This is me in shorts. I was still poor, but I had a dream, a big dream. I was just showing up with the big players, okay? If you become friends of one of these guys, which is your goal, you have a big, big chance to get rich, okay? Obviously, you have to take action. But this is the secret that I found. This is a little more. I met the Mr. 50K a day man, right? And that was this was this year, but I met him on first time a year ago, guys. In 1 year, my life changed. And the other man, Eddie Hong, he's killing it right now, killing it. Okay, so this is, guys, what I did, and now I'm gonna introduce you to the person who was able to help me meet these people. Okay, so let's see, let's find them here. I'm gonna let you talk. Are you guys ready to meet the person who helped me? Yes, can you hear me? So now I'm gonna meet. You're gonna meet. I'm gonna pass you the screen. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Good. Cool.
All right, can you guys hear me okay? Everybody can hear me? Cool. All right, well, first off, yeah, Giancarlo kind of, led up, kind of really showed you guys kind of what it takes, and for him to kind of get to the level. And by the way, my name is Rico Davis. I'm one of the people that Giancarlo showed in the screenshot there. So it's nice to meet everybody, first of all. But before I get started, because I wanted to talk about what Giancarlo was talking about when it comes to networking. Um, I want to talk about how it's influenced me, and I want to talk about it how I've seen it influence Giancarlo. Like I've seen him when I first met him, and I was like, who is this guy? He's sending me emails and hitting me up on Facebook and asking me all these questions, and he's so excited, he's so motivated. And this was like I can't. It might have been like 2 years ago or something like that, maybe even not that long. And you were asking me these questions, and you're like, hey, I got your course, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing X, Y, Z. And next thing I know, I see him at an event, and he's like hitting 7 figures a year, and I see all these people he's helped out, and I've seen him go through that transition. So, and the main thing, just like he said, that was responsible for that was him showing up at events, meeting people, you know, uh, sitting down with them, asking questions, networking, being known, and basically taking massive action on the things that he learned, and then going to other events and all those events that he's gone to. Like every time I'm somewhere, he's there. I was just hanging out with Giancarlo in Colombia, and then he was at Merz's event last year at Mastermind X, which I was there at as well. And what I wanted to talk about here today is how to create automated income on demand. And Giancarlo basically talked about EPC, earnings per click, doing CPA marketing, knowing your numbers. That is very important. That's absolutely very important. But in order to kind of get this, what I call like insider information, that you might not be able to get in just by reading an ebook or watching a video, that you might only get when you're, say, sitting down with somebody at an event and you're just having a casual conversation, and they mention something that can help you scale your company. They might say, hey, I'm running this offer right now, or hey, by the way, I heard you mentioning that you're doing CPA marketing and you're doing Facebook traffic. Have you tried this tactic? So I mean, and the reason I say that is that I've been doing networking for a long time, and it's helped me grow my company to a very large level, to tens of millions of dollars over the last several years in revenue for myself and my clients, mainly because of networking. The methods, the strategies that we talk about, I mean, those are out there, but getting that insider information that can really only happen when you show up and meet with people in person, that's the difference for a lot of guys' success, including Giancarlo's, which I've seen his trajectory. It's been amazing, and had such a major influence on so many people. It's really inspiring. I mean, it's really inspiring. But before I kind of get into all that, guys, I just want to, briefly talk about who I am, because I mean, I'm not assuming that everybody knows me. But if you don't know me, again, my name is Rico Davis, and I've been generating income online since 2002. Just really quickly on my story, I have a degree in finance, and I kind of went through the corporate finance world. I was like in corporate financial sales, and I worked, in that space where, I was dealing with numbers and kind of, 9 to 5 type job thing, suit and tie every day to work. And I wasn't really taking online stuff seriously back then, like in 2002. I was kind of doing it as a hobby. I would come home from work, and I would like post some ads on Craigslist or do something like that, but I wasn't really taking it seriously. And it really wasn't until like the financial crisis hit around, we kind of saw the writing on the wall in like 2006, 2007, before it like really hit hard because of the industry I was in. We could see it. We could see it happening. So, people in our industry were like freaking out. They were getting nervous. People were thinking it was like the end of the world. It was like really crazy. And I was like, I need to get out of this. This is crazy where, I'm thinking I'm going to get fired any day now. And I have, was in the process of, about to get married and try to start, like a life and try to build up, some type of stability. And the corporate world just wasn't providing that. So I started to get really serious about online marketing. And then I started to do CPA marketing, around that time. And that's how I met, just so you guys know, understanding my story, I met Greg Davis. A lot of people think we're related, but we just happen to have the same last name. And I met him because he was Mr. 50K a day, and I was actually working with him to help him scale to 100K a day, in media buys and buying traffic. And that was my major introduction to the CPA marketing world. So I got to see, I might have been making, $1,000, $3,000 a month on the side while I was working at my job. But then when I realized I needed to replace my corporate income, and through networking, through the process of networking, I met Greg Davis. I went to an event that he was holding. I met with him. I shook his hand. I told him how I could provide value to him, and we ended up doing business together, and that ended up turning to a multi-million-dollar project. And the only way that happened was because I went out to an event and I networked. That was how that happened. And that was way back in 2007, late 2007. And basically, we were, running campaigns, we were managing campaigns for clients. And since then, I started my own company that focuses mainly on what we call data monetization. So we're basically marketing CPA offers, but we also work with companies who are looking to generate leads, and we help them generate more leads for the company, and they pay us a commission like CPA marketing. So since then, we've been able to help our clients generate over $40 million since 2007. That would not have happened if I didn't go out and meet with people and network and learn new things and implement them on a large scale. So even though the tactics are important, if you don't get out there and meet with people, you never get to that next level. There's like this energy that happens when you're surrounded by other people who are doing the same things that you're doing, but they're doing it at much higher levels. When you surround yourself with those type of people, it's just like Giancarlo says, it's like karma. It's like something happens if when people are helping each other and everybody's trying to grow and be more successful together. The longer you hang out with those people, you tend to get to that level. And I'm gonna talk about an opportunity where you guys can come and do this type of very high level networking, and basically it's called the Monetization Mastery Super Conference. I could go on about my story and why I'm like so passionate about the importance of networking, because it's been the biggest factor for my success. Just like Giancarlo said, it's been one of the biggest factors for his success. And all the people that are going to be at our event are there specifically for the purposes of networking, and they've all could say the exact same thing. Meeting with people who are doing what you're doing, or even if they're new and they're meeting with other people who are new to the CPA marketing world, but are working with other people that are successful, and maybe some that are really, really super successful, like super affiliates, you get much more information and much more motivation than just by watching somebody on a video or reading an ebook. The information could be the same, but the fact that you're in the room with them, getting a chance to interact with them personally, does make a difference. There's no, it's an energy, and the reason I'm saying that is because I just came from Dubai a few days ago at a high level mastermind, and Khan Mirza, who Giancarlo was mentioning, that was his mastermind. And Calm, and he's actually going to be at our conference, and I'll talk about him in a second. But he's worth $500 million, and he'll probably be a billionaire within the next few years. Literally, we got a chance to see the inner workings of his business, of what he does, of how he's able to operate at that high level. And just the fact of being surrounded by him and people that he's associated with immediately gets your mind expanding to the next level, and you start to take different actions in a way that you probably would not have taken if you just watched a video or read an ebook or read a Facebook post. So that action of going out and meeting with people in person makes a difference. It just almost forces you to take greater actions or take more strategic actions. So instead of you just thinking small and say, oh, I only can afford to spend $100 on traffic, you now realize, because I know what Giancarlo teaches, that some of you guys are probably, the knowledge that you have is probably much more advanced than some of these companies that are doing millions of dollars a year, that you could help those companies generate more revenue, just as an example, but you just might not be thinking on that level. But when you start to network with people who are thinking at that level, the opportunities in the CPA marketing world just become that much more greater. So we put together, me and my partner, on this conference, Domingo Silvas, decided to put the Monetization Mastery Super Conference together specifically for the purposes of networking, because we know how important that is for people to be successful. We're not just networking like, hey, let's hang out and kind of, get together. It's like, let's network, let's talk about marketing, let's talk about strategies and ways to scale your business, create automated income, and what we call the internet marketing lifestyle, where we're making money on autopilot. So the event is November 13th through the 15th in Miami, Florida. So we have a beautiful luxury resort that we're holding it at, called the Eden Rock Luxury Resort in Miami Beach. So we're going to have a good time there. But do you guys, and I don't think I can see the questions or anything like that, but do you guys, before I kind of go on and tell you about who's going to be speaking and what we're going to be doing there, do you guys understand the importance of networking? Do you understand why that would be important for you to really take your income to the next level?
Let's see. Yes. People are saying yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that,
Someone just said, I just booked my room.
Awesome. Good deal. Perfect. Good stuff, man. Well, I look forward to seeing you there. So yeah, anybody, if you're coming, this is not an event where we're just speaking on stage and you can't speak. It's not like this is a really intimate type of event where it's specifically for networking. It's specifically for helping everybody out who's going to be there. And for those of you who don't really understand the importance, hopefully by the end of me going through this presentation, you understand why we talk about networking, why we tell you you should be at events and meet with people, because it does make a difference. And if you look back, just like Giancarlo, a year ago, he was in a completely different situation than he is now. And because he was networking and hanging out with people like me and Greg and Calm and Ed Hong and those people, he kind of there was this energy that happens where he gets more information. We're helping him out. He's helping us out, and the things that he do. It's like this really beneficial thing for everyone involved, and anybody can do that. But some people just maybe they don't think that. They're like, oh well, I don't have time to go to the event, or that's gonna I have to take off work, and they're like, if you're really serious about this stuff, you realize that somebody mentioned somebody mentioned to me the other day that, well, Rico, you're successful, so you can go over to these events and you can travel all over the world, But it's like, no, the reason that I do network is because I'm successful. It's not like I was successful first and then I decided to network. The networking happened first, and then I got the information, I got the connections, I got the insider knowledge, just the little tweaks that I might needed to do, or the way to think about things. then that kind of elevated the level of success I had. I was in over the last 6 weeks. I was in 6 different countries, and people thought I was on this ultimate vacation when in reality I was actually doing a lot of networking with people. We have clients all over the world, and we were just, networking, meeting with people, and just talking about what we do because we really enjoy what we do. And we were having fun all over the world at the same time. Like that's the type of lifestyle that you can have with this business, and that's why, I tell people who are kind of on the outside and really haven't got into the, inside of the inner workings of this stuff, that you can really create your own lifestyle with CPA marketing, with internet marketing in general. So I want to talk briefly about who is going to be speaking at the event so you guys can get a good feel for what's going to be involved here. You have me. My name is Rico Davis, and I'm the CEO and founder of a company called Promonetize. And it's a data monetization and consulting firm. Basically, we're CPA marketers. We do CPA marketing, but we also help companies, generate revenue from their from their email list, from their database, and things like that. Because there's a lot of companies out there that don't know the stuff that we know as CPA marketers. And like I said before, Giancarlo I know for a fact, has taught you guys a lot of stuff that a lot of you guys are making money with. That information that you guys know could be transferable like to companies, companies who would pay you money to help you make them more money by generating leads for their company. That's what our company does essentially, because we realized there was a larger opportunity for what we know from CPA marketing stuff, because again, 99% of businesses don't know the level of tracking and testing that we do in the CPA marketing world. So please do not discount the information that you're learning, that it can't be used to really scale beyond just you running a couple campaigns here and there on like Facebook or Bing or something like that. The knowledge you have is really powerful when you just leverage it the right way. So anyway, since 2007, like I said earlier, I've been able to help my students and clients generate close to $40 million in revenue, and some who are producing 6- and 7-figure months, not like years, months. I have 2 clients that I currently work with that were working in very deep with their campaigns on the back end. They're doing $1 to $3 million per month in revenue. So again, I'm really deep in this space when it comes to like monetization and really scaling campaigns and things of that nature. So I work in a lot of different verticals or niches, including health, and finance and things of that nature. So basically, when you attend the Monetization Master Super Conference, I'm basically going to be talking about a number of different things. But I like to focus mainly on email marketing, because I believe that when you're building out some of these campaigns, if you're collecting and building an email list when it makes sense, you can really build a large database that way, which can continue to generate you money as well. So that's kind of going to be my focus at the event. But the good thing about this event is that we have a lot of different experts who'll be talking about a lot of different things that you can kind of pick and choose where you want to start at, but realizing that all these things can kind of help you build a really, really large business, if it's going to be on the CPA marketing side, or if it's creating your own products and services and things like that. Next, we have Domingo Silvas, who's actually my business partner on the event and is really kind of helping to put this event on with me. Now, Domingo is, again, this is the reason why it's so important to network, because I met Domingo, before I kind of go over what you see on the screen here. I met Domingo when I spoke at an event. I think it was 2.5 years ago, maybe almost 3 years ago actually now, that I spoke at an event. And Domingo he's a CEO of a company, and one of his employees was at the event, and I met that person, and he was like, hey, I need you to help out with our website, because they were looking to update their website, kind of get better at generating leads in different ways. So I met Domingo that way, and because I networked with him, I went out, and he actually invited me to go to an event that he was holding in Costa Rica at the time. So I said, of course, you're inviting me to go to Costa Rica, and it was, he wasn't paying me money or anything. He offered me the opportunity to go there and learn about what his company did, and So I went out there and I actually had an opportunity to speak and I networked. And through that, I've actually been literally all over the world with him, just kind of networking, things like that, which has kind of really opened my eyes to different forms of businesses that kind of tie back into CPA marketing. But long story short, all of the things that we're doing here, the successes that I've had personally, have revolved around networking. So again, this is kind of like the secret, to really really scaling your business beyond wherever it's at right now. But anyway, yeah. So Domingo, he's actually been an online internet-based marketer for 15 years basically, and he's generated close to nine figures, which is 100. That's over $100 million. And he's had a number of different businesses, from online businesses to software companies to brick and mortar companies. And he actually recently just sold one of his companies for $50 million. I was actually celebrating with him last year when he did. So I mean, like, it's just, you don't meet those type of people every day, and the fact that you can hang out with them and they and even be able to work closely with them, that this doesn't happen because you send an email to somebody or send a Facebook message to somebody. It happens because you go out and you meet with them, you find out what they're up to, you learn from them, and then you figure out how you can provide value to them, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, it's networking. It all comes down to networking. So he's going to be speaking at the event, and Domingo, he speaks all over the world. He actually just recently spoke to a crowd of over 3,000 people in California. And one of the things that Domingo is really good at, because I've seen him do it, is building up these companies, like online companies, and then selling them, for like $1 million here, here and there. He knows how to do that because he's done that on a large level. So you don't meet that many people that think about being able to build up a company that's based around CPA marketing or even just internet marketing, build it up in a specific type of way where you can, if you want to, sell it to somebody else for a seven-figure payday. He's actually going to show how you can do that, and even if you don't want to sell your company, how you can take a company from 0 to 7 figures in cash flow in 12 months. And again, like I said, if you want to sell it, you can do that. So you get to meet with him, you get to hang out with him, you get to pick his brain, and there could be one little idea that he gives you when he talks to you at the event that could completely change the way that you operate. You'll go back home and you'll start to do things differently than you would have done if you just watched a video. All right, so that's the difference between networking. It's what I see when I network with people, or when I tell people that they need to be at an event, because with people who work online, it's like you can make money without going anywhere. You can do that, but you're going to hit a glass ceiling eventually. You might be able to make a couple $1,000s a month, but if you really want to scale your company and your business, you might need to get out there and meet with people and just introduce yourself and ask them how they can help you out. And they can give you one piece of information, because this has happened to me multiple times, and I have a bunch of examples, like where I met with somebody and they told me about a CPA offer. It was a refinancing CPA offer for mortgages. They're like, this offer just keeps converting. I keep emailing it to the same group of people, and they just keep buying it. They just keep converting. And that was that one piece of information that he told me, like, made us over 6 figures a month. All right, he didn't even know that. I was like, oh, I didn't realize. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But that information, I would not have even had the idea to test that type of offer, at the time when we started testing it, if he didn't give me that one piece of information. And the only way that I would have gotten that is by being out there and networking when I was at an event. All right, and that one idea, it helped us generate an additional 7 figures a year. I mean, that's how powerful networking is. So don't discount it just because you're like, oh, well, I can just get that same information somewhere else. You don't know if you don't go, you don't know what you're missing out on. That's how important it is. All right, so next up we have Greg Davis. I'm sure Giancarlo's talked a lot about him. Greg has been influential in a lot of people's lives, including mine, including Giancarlo's, to really teach people how to scale CPA marketing campaigns. When I first met Greg Davis, he was just being known as Mr. 50K a day. Like, that was a name that somebody in his inner circle kind of gave him, because he was running campaigns, and he went from like $5,000 a day to $50,000 a day. All right, so that's how he got his name. So I met him right around that time. So I've seen his trajectory to doing over $100,000 a day, because a part of campaigns that I was managing. Um, but long story short, Greg, he got started back in 2000. He was kind of in the same situation where he was in corporate America, and in his circumstances with 9/11, that kind of really hurt his business, and he was like kind of like in the wilderness trying to find his way for a number of years before he started, really getting to the point where he was really scaling his business. So he'll be talking about all this at the event as well. And since then, of losing $100 a day to grossing $100,000 per month, he's done upwards of seven figures per month, and I know that because I've seen the campaigns. I've seen them personally. I was part of the campaigns in a lot of cases, and he continues to do that through CPA marketing and affiliate marketing campaigns, which is what a lot of you guys are currently learning. So you'll get to you'll get to learn his bigger picture thinking, how he's able to generate this type of money, and it's not that he's doing anything like secret or anything like that. He's just thinking bigger and taking different actions that a lot of people may not be taking. But even if you're starting small, some of the ideas and the strategies that Greg talks about, you can use on a small level, but then realize that they can be scaled out to a very, very large level. And like I said before, Greg over the years has helped out, countless people reach what we call millionaire status, including myself. I'll be completely honest, a lot of the success I have would have not been for Greg. He was the one when I first started getting into this industry. He was like, you need to go to this event. I need you to come to this event with me. I need you to go to this event here. And because I was going to all these events, you meet people that you meet people who aren't publicly uh, broadcasting their businesses. A lot of you guys, probably hear about, Giancarlo or me or Greg, because we're out there, we're kind of doing prep webinars, we're doing things out in the open. But there are a lot of people in the CPA marketing world, in the affiliate marketing world, that you will not know of unless you go to an event. And then when you go to these events, they're networking. They know if you go to the event, they'll be popular at the event, but you might not ever see their actual face online anywhere. But they're popular in the networking circles. Like a lot of our business is from referrals from people we meet, but it's not like I'm publicly advertising. A lot of our corporate stuff. It's just because I network and people know who I am, and that goes to the same way along with if you're just an affiliate. When you go and you meet these people who are owners of networks or affiliate managers, and when you meet an affiliate manager in person compared to just only talking with them online, it might make a difference between you making $5,000 a month to making $50,000 a month for one campaign just because you met with an affiliate manager. Whenever I go to an event, I don't meet just with the affiliate manager. I meet with the CEO of the company when possible. I meet with their executive team. I meet with the person who's in charge of internal traffic. I make sure that they know who I am so that when my name comes across and they're like, okay, Rico needs some more offers, let's give him the best offers. Let's make sure he's getting the best payouts and all that, because that makes it makes a multiple seven-figure difference to your business. All right, again, because of networking. And Greg taught me that. He taught me that when Greg goes to an event, people know who he is. They know who he is because of the amount of traffic he can generate. And even if you're not doing that amount of traffic, when people just know you're associated with people like that, they take you very seriously. And if they see you and meet you in person, even if you've never sent them any traffic, they will take you very seriously. Because I referred a lot of people who are new and they're like, oh, well, you guys are making all this money, so they're not going to treat me the same. I was like, no, trust me. If you let them know that you are associated with us and you've been trained by us or whatnot, and you're referred directly by us, they will take you seriously. Again, any people that come to my events or I associate with, I make sure they're taken care of. Again, that's the benefit of going to events. It's networking. It's about the connections you have. It's about who you know. That's kind of the secret to making a lot of money in this stuff, because there might be little things that an affiliate manager might be showing you that they're not going to show everybody. There might be an offer that's doing really well, but they can only accept 5 people on that offer for that month or whatever. There's so many scenarios that you might not be able to get access to if you're not out there and meeting with people. That's how powerful it is. And Greg has been responsible for a lot of people's successes by saying you need to be out there, you need to be networking. It's if you want to scale your business, you have to be doing it. So you guys will get a chance to meet with Greg, hang out with him as well. Greg is a great guy, and you guys will love him. Up next, we have Calm Mirza. He's one of my mentors as well. Like I said, I was just in Dubai with him. He lives in the tallest building in the world. He has a a condo there. I mean, that the condo, it's millions of dollars it costs to live in that place. And we were there. We were hanging out there. We were learning from him there. We were networking with him there. So Calm, for those of you who don't know, is a venture capitalist. He's a founder and CEO of a company called Calm Mirza Holdings, and that's a 3 billion with a B per year conglomerate, and it controls a number of companies, any from marketing to farming to philanthropy. So at the end of the day, he's a venture capitalist. He basically invests into companies, usually internet marketing based companies, to help them grow, or to get their idea out, to a larger audience, or to go public, or to get funding from Silicon Valley. Like, that's what he works on. That's he is extremely successful on that level. And so again, how did I meet him? I met him because I went to an event, and I got a chance to meet with him after the event. After he spoke, I went back and I shook his hand and I said, "Hey, I love what you said. I want to keep in touch with you. How can we stay connected?" And that's it. And that started the relationship. That I wasn't, he didn't know who I was from anybody else. I just said, "I want to stay connected with you. How can we continue the relationship?" And then we started going back and forth to now, I'm part of his mastermind, and we're doing business together on a few things. But that just doesn't happen because you sign up for an ebook and buy a $7 course or something like that. This happens because of networking. So it's good to have people like this who are associated with you, who can help you grow your business to the next level. This does not happen just by watching a video. This happens by going out there and shaking hands. And Calm, for the level of success that he's had, he's worth over $500 million, again, at the speed that he's going, with the amount of businesses that he's buying, and the amount of money that those businesses are making, he will be a billionaire in the next several years, like, without a doubt. But it's good to have people like that, and one of the things for people who think like, well, there's no way he's going to take me seriously, if you're thinking like in that way, you would be surprised. A lot of these people are, Calm in particular is very approachable, and he loves to help people out and just kind of give them a bigger idea of what's possible. So basically, when you hear Calm's story, it's definitely inspirational, and he'll definitely get you to think bigger about what's possible. And I know Giancarlo's done a lot of that for you guys as well, and it's just good to have people like that you're surrounded with and associated with, because it will definitely make a difference in what you can do. Anthony Morrison is also going to be speaking. He's a good friend of mine at this point, and he's a client of mine as well. And Anthony, has done infomercials showing people how to make money, online, how to create an online business. And basically, he's going to be speaking about, how to, make money through email lists in many different niches, how to build large email lists, and basically, how he was able to scale, his companies by using email as the main foundation for it. So again, Anthony, for those of you guys, I'm sure have heard about Anthony, definitely would be able to kind of get you to think bigger, teach you tactics and strategies. Again, a lot of these guys are going to be teaching you tactics and strategies on how you can make more money in CPA marketing. So up next, we have Ben Williams. Ben is actually a business partner of mine, and one of his specialties is project management. For those of you, like I was mentioning earlier, how to create automated income. One of the ways that you create automated income is to get other people to do some of the busy work for you. So instead of you being the one to have to, create 20 new campaigns, you train somebody to do that for you, and you train them to the point where they're able to generate revenue for you on demand. Ben is specializes in that, basically, and we've been working together for a number of years, to the point where when I was too busy managing campaigns, he was building a team to manage some of our other campaigns, and that's how we were able to scale. So Ben, specializes in email marketing, outsourcing, and project management. And for some of our clients, he's working with, they're generating over $1 million per year by using those strategies. All right. So it's very important, again, that you understand, how you kind of structure your business in a way where you can really create automated income, and by getting access to people who can help you do that and talk with them directly, that'll make a huge difference in your business. We have Tim Irway. For those of you who may not know him, he's worked a lot with Mike Dillard. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He had Magnetic Sponsoring. It was a it's still a popular product. But Tim was kind of one of the guys behind the scenes that was handling the lead generation for that stuff and managing the affiliates and writing the sales copy and all that stuff. So he's very well known in that space, and he has a huge following when it comes to internet marketing, copywriting, website monetization, and information publishing, and all that good stuff. So Tim's going to be talking about specifically affiliate marketing, how to scale affiliate marketing campaigns. So for those of you who are looking for different strategies or additional strategies to add on top of what you're doing, Tim's going to kind of break it down. He breaks it down in a really strategic step-by-step way that you can use to your advantage. We also have Ryan Dombrowski. So Ryan basically has he's mastered two traffic sources in particular, Facebook and email marketing, and basically he's been able to create over 8 figures, which is over $10 million from Facebook, and then leverage Facebook to build a massive email list. All right, so he's going to be talking about how to do that, how to use Facebook traffic to build a large email list to really scale your business and create some sustainability with your business. Next, we have Edmund Lee. And one of the things that we wanted to do with the Monetization Mastery Super Conference, because again, it all comes back to networking, is that what we teach, like I teach email marketing and media buying and how to make more money from your list. Then there's some people that talk about Facebook traffic and Bing and Google and things like that. We have a lot of successful students. When I say we, I'm talking about Giancarlo and me and some of the people who are going to be speaking at the event. But there's not a lot of people that talk about what you do with the money after you make it. Because I know a lot of people in our industry, in the CP marketing industry, that are really young. They make a ton of money, and they buy fancy cars and houses, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But then they're not building any long-term assets. They're not building wealth, as we would call it. So Edmund Lee specializes in helping people to structure all the money that they're making, in order to make more money long term passively, kind of like what Calm Mirza does. Calm makes millions, tens of millions of dollars a month passively. He doesn't actually have to do any work. It's because of how he built it up. He's going to actually be talking about that at the event, how he's able to do that, and how you can do that on a small scale and then eventually grow it over time, where you just have money coming in each and every month. That's outside of CPA marketing, while you're still generating your money in the CPA marketing, in the affiliate marketing space. So yeah, Edmund's going to be talking about that, how to create wealth, how to build it in step-by-step fashion. So with all the information that you'll be learning, you can take that information and then use it to your advantage to make more money at the once you're making enough money to really do that. So you at least know the levels that you can achieve, so it's not like you're kind of running blindly when you start making money, because I've seen people who make money and they're like, oh, I have all this money, and they don't know how to manage it properly. So that's an important piece, and that's why we wanted to make sure that Edmund was there to talk about that, because he works with people who have a lot of money, and he shows them how to keep that money. So he's going to talk about that. Next we have Ed Hong, which Giancarlo talked about, and Ed is a master when it comes to social marketing, and particularly with Facebook. Last year alone, he did over $25 million in revenue. All right, and it says for his clients, and basically it was CPA marketing. Some of his clients, he might work directly with the advertiser, the owner of the offer, but he's sending $25 million in leads to these companies. Well, that's what he did last year, and he's averaging, he's on track to beat that this year. So, I mean, you get the chance to learn from people like this. This is really powerful. You can sit down with them. Not only will they talk about strategies and tactics they're doing, as far as how they're able to, create multiple accounts and all these things that are involved with scaling to that level and doing it in a very strategic way. But you can sit down with them as well and really pick their brain about your specific situation, and they can talk to you about it. I mean, that's really what this event's about. It's really about networking, not just sitting and listening to people talk. It's interaction. There's a lot of interaction that's going to happen at this event, which is beneficial to whoever attends live in person. Next, we have Tommy Powers. For those of you who kind of know the space, Tommy is like a YouTube expert. He's one of the foremost YouTube experts when it comes to CPA marketing and affiliate marketing. So there's not that many people that talk about YouTube traffic in the way that Tommy does, and as far as getting people who are doing CPA offers and affiliate offers to do. And then also, if you have your own products, you can also use the same strategies. So Tommy's he's basically on track to do 8 figures, but he's helped a lot of people do multiple 7 figures a year in their businesses just from YouTube. All right, so Tommy's going to be there. You're going to get a chance to network with him. He really enjoys networking. Again, Tommy's somebody. When I first met him, he was just, he was already really successful, and I was like, oh man, it's great to meet you in person. And he was like, I'm getting so much out of this event. He just, talking with the attendees, talking with other people, and so it's not always about like, because a lot of people think like we know everything, and it's like a lot of times what you know or what you bring to the table is good information for us as well. So there's a lot of mutual conversations that can happen. So don't go to an event and think like be starstruck, like, oh, I can't believe this. I'm looking, these people are here in person. I can't talk to them. Like, we're normal people. Just come up and talk to us, meet with us, and we'll have a conversation and see how we can help each other, work together, or whatnot. So again, when I met Tommy, he was really cool, even though for the level of success he had. And the stuff that he does will definitely help you to diversify whatever you're doing right now, so that you have a lot of different income streams coming in from CPA marketing. And then next, obviously, he needs no introduction. We have Giancarlo. I don't need to tell you his story because you guys are on this webinar. But like I said earlier, like Giancarlo has it's a true success story that if you've been following him for long enough, you've probably seen it. You've probably seen the trajectory of what he's been able to accomplish. And he didn't do anything like super special. He just was out there. He was meeting people. He was implementing a lot of different things. He was testing, and then he was providing what was working to his people, which was really cool. I mean, a lot of people don't do that, and Giancarlo does, which has created a lot of success. And because I've had a chance to meet with people who were students of his. And see the success. So that is really cool when you see the people who are successful because of Giancarlo bringing them into this world and showing them what truly is possible, and then them taking the actions and actually seeing the results. So people, it's like the real deal. It's the real deal. So Giancarlo will be there, and basically, Giancarlo, like I don't really need to kind of say it again, but like I mean he's a mastered CPA stuff. I mean, it's extremely impressive. So I'm definitely excited to have Giancarlo speaking at our event, and I'm looking forward to like him just like providing a ton of value like he always does every time I get a chance to hang out with him. So and then one final person I wanted to talk about is Blair Dunkley. Blair has a unique background. Like we met with him. He basically it's called a profiler. Like he's kind of more of he helps people really scale their company, but not so much from like teaching them CPA marketing tactics like Giancarlo would or I would or something like that, but more so from a mindset perspective. Like, for instance, when Giancarlo tells you guys that networking is what helped him get to 7 figures, some people would say, oh, well, that's great and all, but I can't go to this conference, or I can't take off of work. So Blair would come in and then he would retrain your mind to think differently, to the point where you're like, I have to go here. I will lose money if I don't go to this conference. I will, and he gets people to take different actions in a different way that will enable them to get to the results that they want. Because some people say, oh, I want to make $100,000 a month, but they might not really be willing to do what it takes to get to that point. But then Blair, this is his specialty, he can redirect where you're thinking, and therefore you start taking different actions. And when you take different actions, you get different results. And if you're taking specific actions for the purpose of getting a specific result, then you start to get these really major breakthroughs and major changes in your life. That he's really good at doing that. Giancarlo was at an event where he was doing that with a number of people, kind of reading what they were doing or reading how they were and trying to bring out their limiting actions and helping them to increase their productive actions to really scale their businesses from a mindset perspective. So mindset's really important, and Blair's going to do that. He's going to perform that on stage, and you might be one of the people who gets called for him to do it. But when you see how he does it, it's really impressive. It's really almost scary. People are crying because he's like really able to read them and tell them why they aren't having the level of success they have. And then when people put that in front of your face, you start doing things differently, and then all of a sudden you're like having these massive successes. One of our clients who has used him as as used Blair as a client, has been able to take his business from like, 30, 40,000 a month to $200,000 a month through a combination of my training and Blair's mindset training. And that's it, to like really almost 10 times his revenue. So it's powerful. We call it a mind hack. But anyway, those are the speakers. We have a few more that are going to be there as well. We have some kind of guest, celebrity speakers that are going to be there. But those, when it comes down to, the meat and potatoes of this event, it's all about networking, meeting with people, getting a chance to network with people, who you maybe have been associated with on Facebook, and then getting to the point where you're actually, learning specific step-by-step strategies that you can take home with you, and then getting lifelong connections. A lot of people who come to different events that I've done do business together, and I've literally have created seven-figure businesses together just because they met them at an event. So again, there's a ton of opportunities for you guys to really take advantage of if you come to the Monetization Mastery Super Conference, which is being held November 13th through the 15th in beautiful, sunny Miami, Florida. Giancarlo, that's all I had. I know you wanted to let them know that you had some other things that you wanted to kind of offer to
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let me make myself a presenter. Thank you guys for staying all the way to the end, and because you were patient, this is the deal. Okay. I I know people were saying, okay, where's the content? Okay, I'm gonna give you a blueprint to the people who are going to come to my Facebook chat and tell me, Johnny, I really want to be in. Okay, so I give you a blueprint for you to prepare. So hopefully you can get to that event. And also to tell you that if you go to this link and you're really interested in going, I have an amazing, amazing bonus. Okay, the millionaireMastermind.com/Rico. Okay, if you go to this page, it's gonna show you how a day before the event, okay, we're gonna have a full day with my whole team, okay, at a private mastermind, okay, and we're gonna have some of the speakers, trust me, that do at least $1 million a month are gonna be in my private event. You're gonna be able to shake hands, okay? So all you have to do is obviously buy the ticket from me, but if you just are, because you were here all the way to the end, I want to reward you. So just send me a message on Facebook. I'm gonna give you something that you're gonna love. It's gonna be a lot of content, and you're gonna be able to take action and hopefully make the money if you don't have the money yet. Okay, if you don't have the money yet, but go to this page and you're gonna find my bonus. Buy the ticket from there, and I guarantee you guys, this is how I made all my money. I went to the event. I shook hands with Rico. Rico saw my face, and then Rico started responding to my messages on Facebook because I already shook my hands. We had a drink together at the bar. That's where the magic happens. I'm not making this up. I wouldn't promote anything that I don't believe in. Neither I will speak at a place that I don't believe. That's the exact information that you need in order to achieve success. I promise you guys. You guys know me. I believe in karma. I have a family. I have a kids. I will never promote anything that I don't believe in. So do that. Take action and let's make money, guys. Anything else you want to say, Rico?
No, I just wanted, yeah, again, thanks for, giving me a time to kind of speak to your audience. Yeah, and as far as, because if people were saying about the content, yeah, like we have a ton of content, and I know you guys get a ton of content from Giancarlo because I see what he offers. But yeah, some people are like, oh, the content, the information, the connections, it's hard to explain if you haven't gone to an event and network with people. But that's a huge gold nugget that Giancarlo has given to you guys. That if you just take action on it, you will be changed. Your life will be changed. The energy that you receive when you come to an event, I guarantee that when you associate yourself with people who are actually at very high levels of success, 6, 7 figures a month, and you get to hang out with them, it'll create a change within you, and And plus you'll get all the content. We have these implementation guides. We're giving step-by-step guides out at the event as well. But the association it will be so much more powerful than just the content by itself. So trust me on that. But again, I want to thank you guys for sticking around. Uh, I look forward to meeting you there. Please, if you come, shake my hand, talk with me. If you need anything, that's what I'm here for. I definitely am all about serving my community because it's done so much for me. Again, Giancarlo, I appreciate you taking the time to spend with me today and let me speak to your audience.
Cool, man. Thank you. Looking forward to see you next month, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Take care, guys.